In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Dear students, very good morning. We are reading lesson number 4, the Rattrap. It's written by Selma Lagerlof, and we are on page number 32. The book is Flamingo. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the author and we analyzed and we in fact discussed thoroughly paragraph number 1. Now let's start para number 2. Let's start. No one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond, who plods along the road left to his own meditations. In the previous lecture, we discussed about a person who is making rat traps and to somehow he's able to make his body and soul together, and his condition is very pitiable. Sometimes when he's not able to make his things going, he resorts to petty thievery on some awesome undesirable acts. From his eyes there reflects a gleam of hunger. As far his physique is concerned, he's not looking very healthy. His cheeks are sunken and he's dressed in rags. Now, in the first line of the parasecond, we are told that no one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond. Means nobody can judge, nobody can guess how sad he was, how tired he was, how monotonous he was, how boring he was, because he was a vagabond. Vagabond means a person who has no home, a person who has no means to live, or a person who's in a very dejected state. Who plods along the road left to his own meditation. Who plods along the road. When he moves on the road, when he goes along the road, and what happens? Plodding means he's walking very slowly with very heavy steps. It looks that you are deadly tired, you are much tired. And the fellow is very tired, who is mentioned in the book, who is mentioned in the story, who plods along the road left to his own meditation. And he's left to his own meditation. Meditation means thinks of his own. He's submerged in thought. He's thinking what to do and what not in his own mind of minds, in his own heart of hearts. कहने का मतलब ये है कि जो पर्सन जिसके बारे में हम पढ़ चुके हैं कि वो फंदे बना रहा था राइट ट्रैप्स चूहों को पकड़ने के लिए, लेकिन ये एक वैगाबॉन्ड था जिसके पास कोई घर नहीं था, जिसके पास कोई ऐसी सूरत नहीं थी कि वो ऐसे ज़िंदगी अच्छी तरह से जी सके। और कभी कभी वो कुछ ऐसे काम भी, चोरी के छोटे मोटे काम भी अंजाम दे रहा था। जब उसके बॉडी पर नज़र डाली जाए तो बड़ा ही कमज़ोर, बड़ा ही लागर दिख रहा था, क्योंकि उसके गाल उतरे हुए थे और उसकी आँखों से बिल्कुल ये बात तय थी, नुमाया थी कि ये आम तौर पर भूख यानी खाली पेट ही रहा करता था, भूखा हुआ करता था। अब राइटर कह रहा है कि आप इसके अंदाज़ा नहीं लगा सकते हैं कि वो कितना गमगीन था, उकताया हुआ था, थकावट से चूर चूर था। और जब वो रोड पे चल रहा था, या जब वो रोड पे चलता था और अपने ही ख्यालों में गुम होता था, जैसे कोई मेडिटेशन में, मुराकबे में बैठता था। But one day this man had fallen into a line of thought. Now one day an idea occurred to him. He fallen into a light of thought, light of his own thought. And what was his line of thought? Which really seemed to him entertaining. And this line of thought, this thought, it seems him very entertaining, very interesting. He had naturally been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by an idea. And he was struck by an idea. An idea occurred to him when he was naturally thinking of his rat traps. कोई बंदा जब कोई काम करता है तो आमतौर पर उसकी सोच, जब वो सोचता है, उसी काम की तरफ ही जाती है, उसकी कमाई की तरफ ही जाती है, उसके आर्ट की तरफ ही जाती है। तो इसी तरह से उस रैट ट्रैप मेकर जो था, उसने उसकी सोच भी उसके रैट ट्रैप्स की तरफ ही जाती थी। लेकिन अचानक उसके दिमाग में ऐसी सोच उभरी कि जो उसे बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग और बहुत ही एंटरटेनिंग उसे लगी। The whole world with its lands and seas, its cities and villages was nothing but a big rat trap. And what was his line of thought? What was he thinking? He was thinking about his rat traps, but he symbolically considered the world as good as his rat trap. The world was itself a trap for the people who are going after the attractions of the world. यानी उस रैट ट्रैप मेकर ने इसकी सोच उस जगह पर रुकी जहां उसने ये तय कर लिया, जहां उसने ये सोच लिया कि जो ये दुनिया है, दुनिया की रंगरलियां हैं, बिल्कुल एक रैट ट्रैप की तरफ है, एक फंदे की तरफ है, जो इसमें फंस गया। It had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. The purpose of the world is the world is settled for the purpose to set baits for the people. And what is the bait? Bait is when you put some food on a hook to catch fish, or when you put some food in nets, traps, and straw to catch animals by food. ये बेट उसी तरह है, दुनिया की ये रंगरेलियाँ एक बेट का काम कर रही है, जैसे हम किसी हुक में कोई दाना डालते हैं और मछली आके उस दाने को खाना चाहती है, लेकिन वो खुद उसी ट्रैप में में फंस जाती है। यहाँ एनिमल्स के लिए कुछ फूड इन नेट्स में डाला जाता है और वो आकर उसे जब खाना चाहते हो तो नेट में फंस जाते हैं। तो सेम इज़ द case with the world and the people who are the residents of the world, and they going after the attractions of the world. When they fall the victim of it, and it is never for them to separate themselves from the worldly things. यानी उनके लिए बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, इंसान के लिए बड़ा मुश्किल होता है कि ये अपने इस फंदे को अपने आप को इस फंदे से आज़ाद कर सकें जो दुनिया ने इसके सामने लालच की सूरत में, अट्रैक्शंस की सूरत में रखा है। जैसे इन इस्लामिक टर्मिनोलॉजी इट इज़ सेड दैट एक दुनिया जो है, इट इज़ एग्जाम्पल इज़ जस्ट लाइक ए प्रिजन, जस्ट लाइक ए ट्रैप। यानी एक मोमिन के लिए जो दुनिया की मिसाल है, ये एक जेल खाने की है, एक इसी फंदे की है जिसमें वो फंस जाता है और इससे वो बाहर आने की कोशिश करता है। It had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for the people. It means the world. It has never existed. The world had never existed. Its purpose is only one purpose: to set baits, to set things, to set attractions for the people who will go after those attractions, and once they fall the victim of them, it's unable for them to set free. I had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. It offered riches and joys. What offered riches and joys? The world offered riches and joys. Rich means dawlat, joys means khushiyan, rangareliyan, game shows, clubs, and lot of entertainments which we are presently unable to count. It offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as the tribe offered cheese and pork. Now juxtaposition is there. What kinds of juxtaposition? Riches and joys of the world and cheese and pork of the net, of the Rattrap. ये खुशियाँ, जो रंगरेलियाँ, अच्छे अच्छे खाने एक तरफ खड़ा किए जाते हैं जो दुनिया में हैं, और दूसरी तरफ खड़ा किया जाएगा कौन सी चीज़? जो आप किसी रैट ट्रैप में चीज़ रखेंगे या पोक रखेंगे या और कोई खाना रखेंगे, जैसे वो लुभा लेती है इस जानवर को, इस एनिमल को, वो एकदम जाके सब कुछ भूल कर इस फंदे में जाता है, लेकिन एक चोंच उसने मार ली तो उसके लिए जो उसका ढक्कन है, गेट है, जो बंद हो जाता है और वो कभी खुलने का नाम ही लेता है. सेम इज़ द केस विद द मैन, सेम इज़ द केस विद द पीपल who go after those riches and joys, these shelters and food, this heat and clothing. इसमें मकान है, इसमें खाना है, इसमें कपड़े हैं, इसमें ज़ेबाइश की तमाम तमाम चीज़ें हैं. एक दफ़ा ये इनमें चला गया, एक दफ़ा उसने इसमें छलांग लगा दी, तो बस उसके लिए तमाम दरवाजे बंद हैं. कभी कभी इस चीज़ में वो इंसानियत को भी खो बैठता है. Exactly as the rat trap offered the cheese and the pork. Pork means the flesh of a swine or pig. And as soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. Once you touch the elements of the world, attractions of the world, now it's the end. It closed in on him. Everything came to him. Everything came to an end. Now you forget everything. You forget humanity. You forget relations. You forget friendship. You forget the Almighty, the Creator, everything. The world had, of course, never been very kind to him. So it gave him unwanted joy to think ill of it in this way. Now, the reality is, the fact is, the world is never faithful to him, never kind to him. It gave him unwanted joy. Unwanted joy means not usual, always unusual, not expected joy. He gets everything beyond his expectations. So it gave him unwanted joy to think ill of it in this way. He thinks ill of the world. It became a cherished pastime of his. And he takes the world as a pastime game he loved. He used to love. ये इस ऐसे तरीके से दुनिया को लेता है कि किसी ज़माने में उसको मोहब्बत करता है. During many jewelry plottings, to think people he knew who had let themselves to caught in a dangerous snare. During many jewelry plottings. And many charms were there, many surprises were there, where there was liveliness was lacking. During many jewelry plottings, to think people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snares, and others who were still circling around the bait. And according to this red trap maker, and what he thinks that the world acts in a very surprising way. It acts in a very unique way. Once people are caught in its attractions, then what happens? The people think that they have been caught. The other rat trap keeper sees that the people are caught. They found caught themselves in a dangerous snare. What's the dangerous snare? The world is the dangerous snare for the people. Dangerous net for the people. Snare is A situation which seems attractive but is unpleasant and difficult to escape from. The world is, according to the writer, the world is a very dangerous place. Its attractions are very sweet, but in the end, they prove very dangerous and unpleasant and very difficult to escape from them. And who had let themselves be caught in a dangerous snare, and others who were still circling around the bait, and these attractions of the world, which acts as a bait for the people, and millions of the people, or millions of the men who are residents of the world, are circling around this bait. Once they touch it, once they take it, once they eat it, it means that they are caught in a dangerous snare. It is very difficult. They escape from it is very difficult from them. Thank you very much. That's enough for today.